Okay, to give credit to the music that I'm using in my view by Zenen Music. He's a new guy. He just created this channel 2020 in Jan. Please go and watch his music and even subscribe. I've already subscribed, and that's the credit. His music is free as long as you subscribe and credit him. Okay, let's continue. Hello, thank you for watching these videos and supporting this channel, and this is the introduction. My name is Kamya Simon. Alright, so before we go any further, do not forget to subscribe. All you have to do is go and type Crank Luga or Kamya Simon, or look for the subscription button here. Okay, so when you see this, you just hover the mouse and then you click subscribe. Alright, so I also indicate my Skype ID in case you want us to have one-on-one. Alright, and then you can also support me via PayPal. I'll receive whatever you send to me, and thank you so much for that. Now, I've uploaded some videos about the Max SDK, and I was still creating some content to help us in learning the SDK part. But still, in one of these videos, I don't want to pronounce the name wrong, but he said interesting video, some videos about Maxscript, and then I feel this is the part where I need to explain Maxscript, because I want to do some tasks. For example, this is my model here, and I want to do some morphers. Okay, apart from morphers, this model is going to have some bone-based facial rigs. Now, how do I automate that using Maxscript? And to me, I feel before you even go to the SDK, okay, it's better for you even to first understand the way things work in Maxscript, and then things will become easier for you in the SDK. Alright, so the SDK requires Visual Studio, but this one doesn't. Now, there are certain things I want to do. For example, I want to select a point on this model. Alright, for example, I want to create a morpher, but I want this model to have like a closed mouth. But then I've selected one point here, and then I have to move that. Okay, and then I come this side still, I select a point and then move that manually. In most cases, even I have to select this side and then come and look for the same point this side, and then, you know, move that manually. But what if I had a tool where I just need to select one side and the other side is selected automatically by just a tick of a checkbox? Okay, and then I can even plot or even record different mouth positions, and then I plot bones or segments on them later. Okay, and that's where Maxscript comes in handy. Alright, so before we go so much, this is an introduction. I want to introduce to you Maxscript, and then we go ahead. So the first thing we need to do is understand the documentation. Now I'm going to go through the documentation step by step, but then there are certain things you need to understand how the documentation was written. So I need to break this down for you. Now, reason why the documentation is very important is here. Alright, so I'm going to come to Google and type in, first of all, I'm going to type in Maxscript help download. So if you want to work offline, you can come and download the Maxscript documentation. I usually download the CHM. Okay, so you can download the CHM. Let me see. I want to get the CHM. Okay, let's go to documentation download. So this is 2012 Maxscript. Alright, so I don't know what they are going to give me here, if the web or something, but let me type again that I want to get the Maxscript documentation. CHM. Alright, so the CHM will be a very good help for you. The good thing with the CHM, it works offline. Okay, but then apart from that, let me just type the Maxscript. Okay, documentation, and this is the documentation. Now this is one of the reasons why you need the documentation. The documentation is vast because it contains almost everything that we use in 3ds Max. okay, and it's you to manipulate that everything. Now let me, for example, let me see, let me for example look for mouse. All right, so this is mouse. Okay, so I've looked for mouse in scripting, okay, and this is these are some of the options that we have, okay. So for example, you can, if you want to move a mouse after pressing a button, okay, you can get this, okay. For example, you can plot on the object by getting these values of a mouse. For example, you can choose to see if the mouse is idle or pointing or moving, and then you can also get the mouse position. Let's read, for example, a read-only variable to get the scaled mouse position in the currently active viewport as a 0.2, okay, value. The coordinate, it coordinates the pixels value whatsoever. So let me look at something called ray, maybe. Okay, rays, there is mental ray, there is interface mental ray, but I'm looking for a ray value now. For example, they're telling us the ray class defines the characteristics of a ray in 3D space. A ray has 2.3 positions, okay, one defining the start and then the other defining the direction of the array. Okay, for example, this is what I expect to be returned from an array. Now what the ray does, it can tell me the position that my mouse, or the position of this object in 3D space, or if I fire a ray, what position will it be. For example, I may want to put an object. For example, let me do this. I'll go ahead by myself. I've opened the listener. Let me do this. For example, I want to plot a box, but I want this box to be on auto grid. Now when I move like this, the way it detects that this object is in that position, it fires a ray, okay, and then it gets a return back of the position and the direction that face is facing. Now this is vital in particular this lesson that we're going to be using, okay, because we're going to create things of such nature. Okay, so you see, I've created an object. I don't know, I've created this tube. Let's go again and see what we need from the documentation. What we need from the documentation is exactly this, and this can be found under Maxscript introduction, syntax definition. Now syntax definition, you're going to be finding all this throughout the documentation, and that's the reason why we're talking about this. So whenever you see this, if you need to print it, print. Okay, so whenever you find this kind of curly braces and 3 dots, it means that items inside those brackets are optional. Whenever you find circles and these kind of separators, these are all syntax in programming. It means you can choose one of the specified items. Whenever you find this kind of brackets, curly brackets, okay, it means you can specify a breast item 0 or more times. You can specify one of these items 0 or more times, and then whenever you find this, you can specify the breast item 1 or more time. Okay, this can be 0 or more times, this can be 1 or more time, and then this you can define a syntax rule, and then this is for a rule. So this means there is a rule that is supposed to be applied to, that's supposed to be inserted there before you do something else. And then if you find something in bold characters, so here they are giving you an example. For example, if you see this said it is optional, and then this said we must have digits. For example, so this says an optional minus followed by 0 or more digits, and then we have this, okay, and then this, and then this is an optional sequence, comprised of a period character followed by 0 or more digits. So there is more we must learn from this documentation, and let me not delay you. And remember, this is now a rule. There must be a rule, we shall come to what the rule is as we go on learning. And then if you need more sources, the creator of Maxscript, okay, Mr. Wright, released the videos for free. Before they were for sale, but now they are for free. So they are free. You can go to vimeo.com. okay, so I'll be following most of his techniques. Has videos. Digital Twitter, it's now called ProSide, has videos for Maxscript. The lady does the good job, and she tried not to copycat the master's creation. I myself am not going to copycat so of the master's creation, but just walk you through. All right, so let's see. Let's type Maxscript by John Wright. Okay, supposed to be John Wright. So here he is. So it's better you type John Wright. John. All right, so I've clicked on John W. Maybe that's what he wrote. And then he has videos concerning Maxscript. It's better to learn from him. All we shall do is apply whatever he contexted to help us learn, and I'll be sharing the knowledge with you. Okay, so I may not categorize like he did, but trust me, we're going to be good. Thank you. Do not forget to subscribe and share this.